YouTube, what's up? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's staying safe. Most of all, I hope you're seeking for the truth of what's going on in society, in this world. If you're seeking the truth, you're digging through the garbage, the lies and the propaganda. You're going to find them. You got to go through that before you actually get through the truth. See, too many people are dependent on these garbage disposals called news media. Even on social media, they're too dependent on social media to get the truth out. Instead of digging for it and actually seeking the truth, they do it the lazy way. They let it come to them. By the time it actually comes to you, that means it's been chewed up, spit out, and regurgitated so many times that you don't understand what the truth is. Sometimes when I'm telling you the truth, I don't even get it right myself. So that's where you have to go and recheck what I say. And if I get it wrong, correct me. In the comments, correct me. Tell me I got it wrong. I'm not afraid of rebuke. Hey, I'm not afraid of you saying you're getting it wrong. I'm not afraid of it. See, you can't be afraid of being corrected. Because if you're afraid of being corrected, then you're always going to go through life and do things wrong when you need to do it right. See, too many people, they're so dead set on what they think the truth is, but actuality, when they are corrected, they don't want to accept it. They put the blinders on. No, it's not right, because this is the way it is in my head. And that is wrong, because when you do that, you'll never seek the truth, the actual truth. When the government has to lie and hide and redact everything they do, and they have to hide all the weapons that they build, weapon systems that they build, they have to hide everything they're doing. They have to hide the fact that they've been bought and paid for. They have to hide everything. That means that your government is never for you and never will be for you. And the fact is that the government has been bought and paid for a long time. A long time. The Freemasons, the Illuminati, I don't care what name you put to it. Like I said in many videos, I don't care what name you put to it. They're bought and paid for. They swore an oath to these organizations and these groups and these secret societies, and they swore an oath to that. They swear an oath to the Constitution, but the Constitution is second in their beliefs. They don't even hold the Constitution as a document anymore. See, we do. They don't. So actuality, we need to force their oath of office back on them. Because they're trying to force their propaganda on us, trying to force our behavior so we comply with their BS. Well, we're not going to comply. The world is waking up. And it's actually a really beautiful thing, because now since Trump has been indicted and actually turned himself in and got the pictures, guess what? People are standing up for him. They want an alpha male. They don't want a wussy. They don't want no weak little brain dead puppet in office. And that's what they got in office right now. People are starting to speak up. People are starting to say, hey, we want the truth. They're digging for the truth. They are starving for the truth. And the beautiful part about it is, this is backfiring on the Democratic Party. It's a great thing, man. The book of Revelation is actually playing out. And one of my favorite verses says that there will be famine, there will be this, there will be that. But if you believe in God, not a hair will be harmed. Some of us may die in the stand for God, and the stand for freedom, and the stand for our rights. They may prosecute you and persecute you. But you know what? If you're standing with God, it's okay. Let them. Let them. Because you never concede. You never accept defeat. Because God will always be there with you. And you will win in the end. Truth and freedom will win in the end. See, they can only hold on to power for so long before they die off. And their stupid family members come in, and their stupid family members are stupid enough to think that they got control. Well, they don't have control anymore. See, these old people that are in office are dying off. They're having strokes. All this stuff is starting to happen to them. See, we're starting to see the mental illness and the unhealthy lifestyles that they have lived starting to pay on their toll on their bodies. Chris Christie couldn't even stand up during the debate because he had to lean over because he's a fat ass. And I'll say that again and again. You see McConnell stroke out. You see Biden completely just out there. He's gone. He's mentally gone. You see all this stuff going on. And yet, people are still, it's amazing to me that there's people that still buy into him. They still say, we're voting for Biden. Why? What does he present to you? What did he give to you? Nothing. He takes everything away from you. We're starting to see people wake up about the fires in Hawaii. They're starting to recognize things. And you start to question those things that happen in Hawaii, the fires. You start to question the weapon systems that they have. You know, what weapon systems do they have that they haven't told us about? Well, they've been telling us about the DEWS. It's called DEWS, D-E-W-S, which is Direct Energy Weapon Systems, since the 70s. And I know I talked about this in the last video, but I'm going to talk about it again. The DEWS, or the Direct Energy Weapon Systems, are supposedly a defensive weapon, but yet all it takes is just to start the fire over here and they shut the water off over here. They shut the alarms off and they let it burn. And, you know, tattoo removal. If you ever watch the lasers, it zaps the colors off the skin. It burns the skin. It burns it. If you ever look at these laser systems you buy on the internet for removing rust and everything else, you can cut down trees with it if you change the head on it or do whatever. You can burn a field from here way over there with a laser. You can set a fire. And people are saying, well, that's just short range. No, they have developed long range weapon systems. They don't even have to be within 100 miles. All it is a light system, a frequency light system that is direct energy, and it's setting a fire. That's all it's doing, it's setting a fire. It's getting that one little tiny spot, and I'm talking spot so small, hot enough that it creates a fire. We're starting to see rumors of earthquakes and volcanoes and everything else. See, the Bible speaks about this. And it speaks about them trying to play God with all this DNA technology. It speaks about them doing all this stuff. See, lasers you can buy off the internet. This is not a laser, but lasers this size. You can point it at the grass and it'll catch it fire. Why do they say don't point a laser at the airplanes? Because it blinds them? It does. You can be sitting here and there's a plane that is 20, 30 miles away, but you see it and you point a laser at it and it hits it. And that laser will blind somebody that far away. So in actuality, these lasers are getting so impressive that they can make a handheld laser in a crowd and make you have a heart attack. All kinds of stuff, man. It's all these weapons, direct energy weapons. Why is it that SWAT team had this big old speaker looking thing on the top of some of their military weapons or trucks? Because they're using sound, the direct energy sound, to disperse the riots. They can do all of this. They figured all this stuff out. See, Lockheed Martin has figured a lot of this stuff out. Lockheed Martin and all these others that develop weapons have worked against our freedom, or against our rights. The military industrial complex is charging $1 billion for one plane, and they're selling it to the American public as a good thing, when in actuality it's not. Because where you can take that $1 billion and buy 20 or 30 other different types of planes that does the same job for less money, you're wasting money on this one where you have to have specialized parts that cost you billions and billions of dollars. See, the taxpayers have been ripped off. You got these senators and everybody else that they write off so much money for themselves. You know, gold toilet seats and everything. Good Lord. You know, the pork barrel spending. They have all these different little programs that they're sponsoring that are written into all these laws and all this stuff, this pork barrel stuff. These colleges get so much money to what? To destroy our kids' minds? I'm telling you, man, they've been doing this for generations. This is the actual plan, and you're seeing it played out. You're seeing this actual plan played out. You're seeing all these things that are actual plans of theirs. You're seeing it all. You're seeing Revelation play out. You're seeing their evil plan play out. And God spoke of their evil plan. Jesus spoke of their evil plan. But yet people weren't listening. People are too busy trying to live that American dream. That American dream is dead. It's beyond dead, dude. Biden is definitely killing it. Biden economics is doing exactly what Biden economics is supposed to do. Because Bidenomics, or however you want to say it, is to break the American people and break the American spirit. That's what it's there for. It's to break you. It's to break you down so you're broke and you have to come crying and groveling to these billionaires for help and for food. And eventually you're going to want their bioengineered food. Their fake food. You're going to want that. Because you're struggling to feed your family. They want you dependent on them 100%. They ain't taking into the fact for the people like me and my family. We can hunt, we can fish, we can raise chickens, we can do all this stuff. So what are they doing? They're destroying the fuel systems. You know, the oil fires have been going up in numbers lately. They're trying to destroy the oil industry. They're trying to destroy anything that is in the way of their agenda. They're destroying complete cities and towns. Why? Because they want you to comply with them. They are tearing down coal plants. They are tearing down all these oil industries, and they're tearing down anything that they can't control. Anything they can't control, they're taking away from you. If they can't control it, they don't want you to have it. And the guns, Second Amendment, is in their way. The First Amendment is in their way too, because we've been speaking with each other, talking, and they hate that. So they're trying to destroy the First Amendment. And if you don't understand the 5 parts of the First Amendment, you better learn them. If you don't understand all the stuff I've been talking about, you better learn it. I can only teach you so much. Your own research will teach you what you need to know. And it'll work. Your own research will tell you that if I'm right or wrong. I'm telling you. You need to do your own research. Biden's plan is working. Destroy the country, let some other country come in and take us over. You got these people, these foreign people from Brazil that were just busted for $1 million jewelry heist. They had $1 million worth of jewelry that they stole in New York. They were just busted. You got law enforcement officers getting in trouble and getting busted for abuse of power and all this other stuff that they're getting busted for. All of this is planned, and I'll keep saying that. I'm telling you, you got to think. You got to use what God gave you. The one thing God gave you is your brain. You got to use it. You got to use the common sense that God gave you to understand what's going on. It's all basic common sense. It boils down to greed, power, and control. I mean, if you think about it, that's what it is. But y'all have a good day. It's such a beautiful day, Sunday, right here in White Deer, Texas. God bless. Y'all have a great and wonderful day.